Again, arsonists attack INEC office in Enugu, destroys buildings, ballot boxes. It comes with a rider. 4 feared killed as bandits attack Sokoto local government area. Another Catholic priest abducted in Kaduna. Details on pages 26 and 27. INEC claims that a large chunk of voting ballot boxes and voting cubicles were destroyed in that fire.
It goes in not local government area. The joy is that nobody was killed, but this is, one of several attacks on INEC facilities, on INEC assets, especially in the southeast. It's continuous. I mean, INEC the other day when they published before the turn of the year, when they published the things they have lost, the southeast took the highest, because unknown government or whatever you call these terrorists in the southeast kept strategically and deliberately attacking INEC office. I mean, we don't want election. That's what they're saying. So when INEC counts its losses, I think the biggest losses have come from the southeast. There was an attack on one place in Anambra. The entire INEC office went. Generators, everything, including the INEC electronic voting system, the card reader machines, everything went, and I lamented, and it's almost strategic. If you see one attack today, attacks another INEC office in local government, this is goes in north. It just INEC says that important things were not lost, but it's cubicles. It's continuous, and INEC is warning that elections are coming. If you don't take care of this security situation, there are places where we will not be able, to conduct elections. Talk less of deploying people to those places. That's why for Catholic Church and the priests, I highlighted it this morning more. It's a continuous attack on the Reverend Fathers, and even if you don't want to think it's systematic, with the data, you keep worrying that maybe it is. Vitus Borogo from Kaduna, abducted and killed. Christopher Odia in Edo, abducted and killed. In Katsina, 2 were abducted. They were abducted from Kaduna, taken to Katsina and released. 2 Reverend Fathers. In Edo again, over the weekend, 2 Reverend Fathers were abducted. No word on their fate so far. Over the weekend again, another one was now taken in Kaduna. One newspaper is reporting this morning that he was probably been killed. He was abducted yesterday, another Reverend Father. So you can understand why in the burial of Vitus Borogo last week, 800 priests lined up and called it an attack on the Catholic Church. It's hard to believe that they deliberately attacked the priests, but that's what was saying. The pattern is clear that they are just picking them up. Are you deliberately? Show us your ID card and they kidnap you. Deliberately. That's the pattern, especially in Kaduna and Edo, those 2 places. I don't know, but this is not an area that people like that Nigerians can afford. A deliberate attack on this certain religion by the criminal terrorists. The government has to do something, and I've always pushed it back to the doorstep of the security agencies, especially the federal security agencies. They need to stop this kind of things from happening. So attention has to be paid now to a deliberate attack on Catholic priests in Kaduna State and in Edo State.
In Edo State, listening to what the acting governor, 𝐈𝐍𝐒𝐈𝐑𝐀𝐓𝐈𝐎, talking the media, talking about the state of security in Edo State, one would wonder, and if you put this side by side with what Akeredolu said over recent security issues there after the Owa attack, you wonder, are we hiding from the truth, the fact that we do not need a soothsayer to tell us that we need state police?
I mean, the state police issue has not been to this since 1999. Since this democracy.
What are we waiting for?
There's a certain kind of fear. I don't know. I don't want to say among the political elite, but in the establishment, that state police will not augur well for our system under this constitution the way it is, unless we truly, change the structure to, as they say, true federalism, where it is clear that it's true federalism. Because the state police thing, in one of the constitutional amendments, it even succeeded. It was passed by the National Assembly. It was when they went around the states, the 36 states, houses of assembly, that they voted massively against it. At every point, they voted against it. So you can see that there's a desire not to have state police, even though we all agree, we have thought that the immediate solution to the local security crisis we see in our communities is have a state police. Some people will say, imagine state police in the hands of a governor, a tyrant governor. Imagine any of the tyrant governors. Imagine the state police in their hands during the elections. Imagine what they can do with it. Because when the state governors even went up to set up specific task force they used in their states, and we knew the terror they unleashed on their opponents with those kind of structures. So imagine a legitimate state police backed by the constitution in the hands of a tyrant governor. I think that's why it has continuously failed. In this amendment, current amendment of the constitution, ongoing National Assembly, they did not even bother to look at state policing. It's not one of the issues they are amending.
Wouldn't this be a lesser evil compared to what we're experiencing now across the country?
I think this is what we need to tell our lawmakers in the National Assembly.
It's a lesser evil?
And the state houses of assembly as well. Let's choose the lesser devil. Between having the kind of situation we have where terrorists will just walk into people's... I mean, you need to go to the places like Zamfara and Sokoto to see. Walk into people's communities and pack out people and kill as much as they want. You know, look at what happened in Shiroro. It's not time that we take the pain of whatever any government would do with state police. Let's solve this bigger problem of bandits, terrorists marching into our homes and we cannot identify them. You know, it's a question that it reverberates every time you talk about it. But the onus really lies, you know, in the lawmaking process in this country, in the National Assembly, and effectively, or ultimately, in the state houses of assembly, where it has continuously failed.
Yeah.
The last one that failed really surprised people because we're almost done. National Assembly had passed state policing, you know, issue, and then went to the state and it came back negative.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.